Hello, it's Dotty B here. Welcome to my channel. It's Sally from Dotty B. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a little stitchery. I thought I would do, it might be the start of a project. I'll explain why in a moment. And I just wanted something little to stitch. So I thought, I was having to think, what can I do? And sometimes, I don't know about anybody else, but sometimes I think I need some inspiration to get myself started sometimes. So what I do is I've got like a journal, not journal, a sketchbooky type thing here, where if I see something I like, I sketch it, or if I think of a saying or see a saying or something, it's just a sketchbook. And I was just having a flick through, and this is one of the ideas I had quite a while ago, and I didn't do anything. I just drew it. My drawing isn't very good, but I just drew the inspiration, and then kind of forgot about it and just left it, but just revisited it because I saw this one, and then there was the daisy here, and it just gave me excuse me, a little bit of an idea. Because I did A for apple pie, I thought I'm going to do an alphabet series. So it's just going to be for me, for my stitch journal, because I've got loads and loads of pages still to, I've got let me just grab it. It's just over the way. Oh, it's all stuck to something. Right, okay. It's just my stitch journal that I've been doing all year. And just where I've put little projects in, just so that I can see, you know, it's a kind of a record of what I've been doing throughout the year, and also ideas that I can look back on. I can see my progress, you know, see other different things, techniques that I've tried. But I've still got loads and loads of pages, so I don't know how many pages I've got left. I've not counted them, but I'm hoping there's kind of like an alphabet's worth of projects left, you know, pages left to fill. So what I thought I'd do is start with obviously A for apple pie, and then the daisy I thought for the D when we come to D. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go, it's just an occasional video that I will do, stitching through, using the alphabet as inspiration, I suppose, and just something that I like that begins with the letter A, and in this case it's just apple pie. So that's what I thought I would do. So I've already got a little sketch, and that's kind of like my basis of my little stitchery. So I'm just going to put that to one side for a moment. All my stitcheries are going to go into my journal, so they've got to be of a certain size. So I've already cut the a piece of calico or like canvas that is the right size for my journal. So that's going to be my backing fabric, and it'll just give my stitchery a little bit of weight. And then I have got, I'm just going to move those out of the way. I've got, excuse me, I've got this piece of linen here. It's got a little bit of a stain on there, and I have used it for another project. So I thought I would use this as my backing as my fabric to stitch on. This is going to be my facing fabric. I don't know if that's the right word, but that's what I'm going to use. So what I'm hoping is it just fits there perfectly. So I'm just going to cut that out with my scissors. Okay, I'm going to use, this has got an edge already, and I'm going to use this edge as the top, either the top or the bottom. And I might use some fabric to do the other edges. I might just leave them raw. I'm not sure yet, not decided at all. It's going to be a sew as you go project. So I've kind of got, in other words, I've got a basic, put that to one side, use that again. I've got a basic idea of what I'm going to do, but I'm going to sew as I go and see how I get on. So I think I'll use that as the top, or should I use that as a bottom edge? I think I'm going to use it as a the bottom edge. Let me just think about this. Am I going to go, if I'm going to bind it with a fabric, for example, do I want it going over the bottom or the top? I kind of want it going over the bottom, I think, like that. So I will use this as the top of my stitchery picture. Okay, so that's going to be what I'm going to be sewing on to. It will get thicker because I will put other fabrics down as well. So I have already started prep on this and done a little bit of work. Well, first of all, what I did was I pulled out some fabrics that kind of are apple pie-ish colour. If you look at an apple pie inside, it's kind of, that's my interpretation of it. So I've used those colours, I've pulled out those colours, and then I want a colour for my saucer or my tea plate. So I've pulled out two that I like. I quite like that blue. And I like the pink, like china plate. So it's one of those two, I think. So I'm not sure yet. I haven't decided. So as I go along, I will decide. And then what I've done is with my yellowy, they're like yellowy beigey tones, yellow and beige tones. I have, I went onto the internet and just Googled half inch hexagon templates, patchwork templates, EPP, English paper piecing. So that's, and I just printed that out on the printer. They're 1/2 inch and cut some out. And then I just did a little bit of, did some hexes. I have already done it. Here's one I made earlier. I have already done that because I thought that would take quite a lot of time up. So I've already stitched that in. And I've taken out all of the paper pieces and undone the tacking that I had. A couple of the hexagons were coming undone, so I've just popped some clips to hold those in. So what my plan is, I'll move that back out of the way, is that's going to be my apple pie slice. I know it doesn't really look like an apple pie slice at the moment, but I'm hoping it will. And then I need a plate. I think I might have to cut it like that just to get the width of the plate. So it's either a pink plate or a blue plate. I think the blue, I'm going to go with the blue. Yeah, I like the blue. I'm going to go with the blue plate. So that's going to be my plate. That's my apple pie slice. And then what I thought was, I've just gone and dug out some trimmings. Just ignore the green one. It's just all on one cardboard tube. Just some, I thought for the crust, it's going to be a crust here. And then I'm going to kind of do some, I thought I'd do some lattice work. Lattice for the top. So it's going to be a lattice apple pie. For the crust, I thought something that would look great as a crust, wouldn't it? I've also got some string. I didn't know whether to do string lattice or that as a lattice. That would look good as lattice as well as the crust, wouldn't it? Or do I need to do, if I did that as the lattice, and then I've got some of the laces here. That's a nice one for the crust. That one for the crust. I will have to cut some of these hexagons, just trim them to the right size. I think it's going to be like, it's going to be kind of like that shape. So I'll cut this bit off, but something that's upside down. Let me just, so I could have that as the crust, and then this is the lattice. I've got this one here, but I think that's a bit too big. I think it's a bit too big. Right, so that one's too big. I think this one. And then the Ric Rac as the lattice. Okay, yeah. I think that's what I'm going to go for. Okay, so decision's made. Oh, I had that as well. That's like a little, but I don't think it's big enough. And like I say, I've got some string as well, but no, I think I'm going to go for these two here. So that will be for the crust, and then that will be the lattice. Okay. Right, so the first thing I need to do, oh, also, I have got words to put on as well. So I have got to just kind of push that down to the bottom, because when the little plate's on it, it'll be kind of like that kind of shape. So I might not have, I don't know whether I've got space for a border or not. We'll see. Like that. And then words. Right, so what I've done is I thought I would put as sweet as apple pie. So I've written it out a few times. I just wrote it out in kind of like my handwriting, but kind of exaggerated handwriting, I suppose. Just to try and make it look sweet, cute. So I wrote it out a couple of times, and I've gone and crossed out the ones that I don't like, and I've underlined the ones that I do like. So those are the ones that I do like, and I have got a piece of tracing paper, and I've traced round the ones that I like. So that's my tracing paper. And then what will happen is, once I've got all this down and I know whereabouts my words are going to go, I was thinking either across the top, but I don't know if there's enough room, or I was going to go round. So I think I might go round. I think that would look better. So as sweet as apple pie. So that's what I'm going to do there. That will be one of the later things that I do. So first of all, I think I need to cut my plate and get my plate in place. So let's do that. So it's going to be, just have a look at the side. They're both about the same actually. So what I'll do is I'm just going to cut from that corner, kind of a plate shape. So it's curved at the top, and then I'm going to do a deeper curve at the bottom. I think that will probably work. Let's hope so, because I haven't got any more of this fabric left. Okay. Kind of like that. And then sit on like that. I think that's okay. What I would do, in fact, I think what I need to do is just cut the points off that. That might be better. Yeah. What I will do is I will, if you have a look at a plate, it's like an indent going round it, and I will, with probably blue, I will do some stitching to kind of make that indent show, like where the rim is, if that makes sense. So I'm going to stitch this on, but I am not going to turn the edges or anything. It's going to be raw edges. And the one thing I always forget to do is get my threads ready. I have no threads. Let me just go and grab my threads. And I've got the blues here. So I'm going to just pick something nice that complements it. It's quite nice. About the same, they're the same. 562, they're the same anyway. I think there's a bumper batch here of, what's a different one? Right. I think that, I mean, I could go lilac because there is a lilac in this plate. I'm just trying to picture all the colours. Too much. Quite like it actually. I mean, I've got a variegated lilac there. Bear with me 1 second. I think I have got a variegated blue and lilac, and of course I can't find it. It's in here somewhere. Oh dear. It's just my stack of lace just tippled over in here. So where I keep all my Pearl A cottons, and it's not going to be there, is it? Oh look, there's a lilac. Ah, there you go, found it. Right, let's get rid of that. Oh dear. Right, sorry about that. Okay, let's see what we've got out of the ones that I've just pulled out. That's the, am I going too far with the, right. Could go with that. Is that too much? I've got just a lilac, or I've got the blue. Let's have a look at the blue. Because I've also got to choose a colour for the words as well. So do I want them all blue, which I don't. I want that blue and the words blue. Do I want that lilac and that blue, or that blue and that lilac? Yes. I just think the lilac goes with the yellows. Okay, that's just called to me like that, so that's what I'm going to do, I think, until I change my mind again, but we'll see. Let's see. I'm going to do blue for the saucer, not the saucer, the tea plate. So I'm just going to pin it down so it doesn't move too much. I'm just going to check my height, because I was thinking, do I need to go down a little bit more? Tiny bit, just because I know I've got to get a word at the top of the cake, the pie. That is going to be a squeeze. That is definitely going to be a squeeze. I'm just going to take a little bit off this. There we go, that's perfect. Okay. I do, when I said, you know, I was struggling for inspiration, I do love it when I get a spark of inspiration and a plan comes together. It's really, it makes me happy. And I was kind of, I've got a couple of projects on the go, but sometimes you just want a little bit of a project to, I'm just about to finish off my Roxy's General Stitchery, the sewing box that I'm doing. And once that's done, I don't think, no, I haven't even got a couple of projects. That's the only project I've got on the go, which is bizarre because I usually have quite a lot of projects on the go. So this is nice just to have in between projects. And I can pick these up and go through the alphabet as and when I like. So yeah, quite happy. I've got a new project. It's going to it's going to last me a while because it's going to take a while to get through the alphabet. I have no idea what Z would be. I mean, I can think of X just about loosely, and I'm thinking of all the difficult letters like a Q. I can think of something possibly for Q as well, but I don't know. We're a long way off that. It's probably going to take me forever and a day to get all the way through the alphabet. But I just thought it was just a good inspiration, and I thought I'd share it because, you know, you don't have to do what I'm doing, but it's a good way of just, if you're at a loss for inspiration, you know, you don't even have to start with A, do you? You can just go through the alphabet and pick a letter. You could even put them into a hat and draw one out and think, right, this is what I'm going to do this week. I'm going to do a tea, whatever tea is. I can make loads for teas actually. Teapot would be a good one. Teacup. Right, my mind's gone blank. I don't know what else. But anyway, I'm sure you can think of lots and lots of things if you were to do it yourself. So what am I going to do here? I think I'm going to just do a whip stitch, but I'm going to do it fairly close together. Oops. That's too close together. I've gone too close to the edge. I have no idea what I've done there. Let me just undo that one. Not sure what happened. So I hope you're all well today. You're all finding time to stitch. It's what are we? It's Thursday. I'm recording this, so it's the end of my working week as such because I don't work on a Friday. So I've got plans. We've got another bank holiday weekend this weekend. That's when we have the Monday off. I'm not sure what it's for this time, to be honest. I think it's just spring bank holiday. I'm not sure, but it's also half term. The children are off school as well. I've only got one child. Well, she's at college, but it's the school. She still has the school term. What have I done there? It's still part of the school term. So she's off next week anyway because it's half term, and we're off on Monday as well. So we've got a busy weekend planned. I think it's because I do the antiques and vintage. I'm trying to get stock for the shop, so we're going out to lots of different vintage and antiques fairs this weekend. Sorry. Not tomorrow. I've got to go into town tomorrow, and I do my mum's food shop for her, so I've got to do all that tomorrow. But then it's 3 days of vintaging. So we had a really busy week weekend last weekend where we had to do lots of things for other people. So this weekend we've said we're not doing it. We're going to do everything for ourselves this weekend. So really looking forward to it. Hopefully the weather will be okay. At the moment it's looking a bit iffy. As the outdoor car boots and antiques fairs do rely heavily on the weather. So we'll see what happens. Fingers crossed it'll be okay. It isn't raining here at the moment, but it has been. We've had lots and lots of rain. The ground is quite wet. But tomorrow, I don't think there's any rain forecast for tomorrow, so that would give the ground a chance to dry out. So we'll see what happens. Popped out this morning to sort all my shelves out at the antique shop and rearrange and add more stock, which I've now done. Silly me, I forgot to take a photo, so I've not been able to put it onto Instagram. Yeah. So, completely forgot. The reason why I completely forgot was because the lady who actually owns the shop, Jackie, she's got some new vintage linens in, and so I had to have a rummage through those and buy some, and I was so excited that I just forgot to take a photo or photos of my shelves, my little alcovey type, boothy type thing that I've got there. So I got some lovely stuff. Got some nice doilies, some embroidered doilies, and I also got 2 pieces of fabric that are just delicious. They're in the washer at the moment. They'll be just a little bit dusty, and I will do my vintage haul at the end of the month for May, so you'll see them then. But they're absolutely gorgeous. I just need a project to to use them on now. So I'm don't save anymore. I used to buy fabrics that I really liked, and you kind of save them for a special project, but that special project never comes around. So now, this year, at the beginning of this year, I said to myself, I am not saving any fabrics. Send my finger to the fabric. If I've got a project, I will just use the perfect fabric, you know what I mean, and not save it for anything else. So that's what I'm doing this time, this year. Well, always now. I'm not going to save them. I'm just going to get them used. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish that off a little bit later, because it's getting boring for you, I'm sure, hearing me waffle on and just doing that. So what I will do is I'll stop the camera in a bit and go and finish that off. But before I do that, no, I think I'm going to do that now, because I can't really put this on. I need to cut this as well to the apple pie shape. I think I'm going to have to cut that off there, and that's probably virtually all that I'll have to cut off. So that will make a curve anyway. I'll probably have to cut some of this off as well. Yeah, that one will have to come off there, and then I will straighten that off. But I'll do that in a moment. So I'm going to pop the camera off, finish sewing this round, and then I'll come back. Won't be long. Right, so I've sewed around the edge of the saucer plate, the tea plate, pudding plate, whatever. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go around. What I've done, I didn't want to mark it in pencil or pen or anything. So what I've done is I've just gone over with my needle, just kind of made a mark on the fabric of where I want the rim to be. So that's where I'm going to start sewing. So I'm just going to start up here. I won't need to go all the way around to the back, because once the pie's on, then you won't be able to see it. And what I thought I'd do, I would just do a stem stitch, which is a little bit thicker than a back stitch, and just go round. With that. I've just got, I don't know whether you can see it or not, bear with me 1 second, where I've kind of scored my needle. I've just got a faint line just to give me a guide just to sew round. You can use a pencil if you wanted, or a friction pen that irons off. And this is just in the same blue that I've already used for the edge. This fabric is so pretty. I wish I had more, but it came as a pack, is it a charm square pack type thing? And it wasn't a mass-produced one. It's one where somebody's made little packs of vintage fabrics and sold them. It's from, I think I got it off eBay, but I know if I go back to the seller, they probably won't have the same. I don't think they have the same pack. I can't even remember who the seller was, if I'm honest. I've bought a few over the past few months, so I don't know who it was, but it's a very nice fabric. This will just give a little bit of an outline, and then I'll be able to place my pie on top of the plate. Just do a couple more, and then I'll just, I don't think you're going to be able to see these stitches because I think the pie goes in front of these, but if I just pop my pie on, there you go, you can see that it's going to cover up those stitches, so I don't need to go any further. Basically, I don't need to go all the way around. I don't know what's happened there. A bit too much loop. I'm not sure what happened there. It's not a very good knot. Okay, so that's that. And this will be my pie. As you can see, this one's already coming undone because it's the edge. It's not got any stitches to keep it tied down, keep it flattened at the moment. Some of them are okay, some of the fabric folds okay, but some doesn't, some, yeah. So, the pie is going like that. Okay, it doesn't quite look like pie at the moment, I know, but once I've got all of the bits and pieces on it, I'm hoping it will. off. Oh, actually, okay. What? I've got to cut this because just give me a second to think. Right, I'm trying to think about this. I need to cut the edges off. That one's going like that, and then that one's going over there. I'm just thinking, I think it'd be okay if I let's just try one. I think it will be okay. That one's going there, isn't it? If I'm very careful. That one's going there. Then these are going across. Like that. Still looking very pie-like. I've not done one of these before, so I'm having to think about it a little bit. So if I'm going silent, it's because I'm thinking what to do. So that would go like that. That's the edge of the pie. Let me just show you my drawing, and then you can. So I'm kind of trying to look at my drawing at the same time. I'll try and get it there. Okay, so we've got this straight. There's a straight bit here. If I'm thinking about it in not as a pie but as a shape, so that's going to be a straight edge. This is a straight edge here. Then we've got a curve. This is my curve. I know it's not quite a curve, and I might have to trim it, I'm not sure, or the lace might make it a curve. Then I've got a curve here, and then kind of like a triangle. This is a straight horizontal line. So this is going there, but I actually don't want it like that. I'm going to go a little bit down, and then this is this bit here. So I'm going to, my pie will kind of be like that almost, and then it will go up kind of like that. I think that's, yeah. So my pie is going to be more that way. That's where the filling and the topping is. So I'll need a vertical line here, but I want to use this as my vertical line if I can, because I just want it to extend it a little bit more. So it's going to go like that, and then it will go there, my line, if you can see. So filling, and then this will be where my zigzag, not the zigzag, what's it called? Lattice. My lattice will go. Oh dear. So I'm just going to trim that one off. That one needs to be a straight one as well. Okay. So hopefully you can see how I'm kind of interpreting a drawing to fabric, and especially different shaped fabric. So that's going to be there. So this here is also going to be this edge here, which needs to be kind of straight. So those have got to go as well. Right, I'm just going to do those two because I think I've got to do some more, but I'm just thinking about this because that's was it this piece here? That's my crust. I'm just going to take this off now because I think you've got the gist of it. So I just need a little bit of room. That's going to be my crust. So that just needs snipping a little bit. like that. Okay, so I mean it looks even weirder now, doesn't it? It doesn't look like a piece of pie at all, but hopefully it will do. There's some little bits that are just sticking out. I'm just going to snip those away as well. I think there might be some more here. I need to find my little scissors. These are quite bulky. So I still got the cardboard in. You know when I said I took the cardboard out? I didn't take the cardboard out. Look at that. Oh dear. I don't think any of them got... Oh my days. Right, I know those central ones have. That one hasn't. Has that one? No, that's not got card. Right, okay, we're done. We've got all the cardboard out. I'm just going to snip that. Oh, snip that one. I think that will be okay. There's a bit there I can see. Again, I'm not turning any edges over. This will just be the same as this, just an over cast stitch to secure it. Right, I'm just having a look at my, because it's kind of changed a little bit of shape. As sweet as apple pie, it's going to come down a little bit further, I think. As sweet, so as is going to go there, sweet is going to go there, as is going to go there, and apple pie will come down a little bit. This is why I have trouble planning and drawing out my ideas of anything final, because it always changes, and I just think you need to have a little bit of, you know, leeway and whatnot. So, you know, my first drawing was this, and then I showed you how I was going to do my words, but they don't fit like that, so I've adapted them, and I'm going to just do it. I'm just going to change a little bit, and sometimes you just have to keep an open mind, I think, as to what's going on, and sometimes what you had in mind doesn't always work out, and you need to change it for the better. So I'm quite happy with having, I might even go as, so you can kind of read it, because if it's there, it won't be read as well. I don't think it'll appear as well. So if I go as sweet along the crust, hopefully, and then we go as, and then apple pie will come down here, and whereas the first as started there, the pie will finish there, and I think that will look even. So let's hope anyway. So that's going to go there. And this is going to be the crust, and that the crust actually starts here, and I'm going to hope I'm going to kind of manipulate it a little bit to make a curve, if you can see that. So that's the first thing. I'm just having a look at the ends, because I've got a little bit of fraying on that end. So if I take that end, and it's going to go down to about there. Okay, pop that to one side. That can go for something else, and that's, just make sure it's the right way around. There's the back and front to this, right? That's the back and the front. Okay, so that's going to go there. And then we're going to do some lattice as well with this kind of, it's like a goldish colour. So the first one will go here. What I'm just thinking is, do I want it tucked under? Or just have it because that's what before I've got to decide before I actually sew anything down. I think I want it tucked under. I'm just wondering whether it matters. Sorry about this, I'm just thinking. Thinking, is it going to be too bulky if I tuck it under? Because I've not only got to tuck this under, I've got to tuck all the other ones under as well. I'm going to try, because I think it will look nice under. Okay. Okay, I'm just trying to work out the lay of the lattice. Hasn't got to be perfect. It won't be perfect, but as long as it kind of appears to look like a lattice. So then I've got to go this way. Take that off because that's a little bit fluffy. I'm leaving everything long enough that I can tuck it under if I want to. I think I'm going to. That's not. It's not looking too bad, is it? Now that we can see the lattice. Hopefully it'll look like an apple pie when it's finished. And how many more have I got to do? Is that one there? That one just needs twisting a little bit. I've kind of gone off. One more there. better when it's, they just need spacing out a little bit. I think that one's probably a little bit too far over. Okay, just pretend they're not there. And I think it kind of looks a little bit like apple pie. And then that's going to go on as the crust. There. Okay. Okay, well, let's see. Right. I think that's going to be okay. I need a thread first of all, and I want something neutrally kind of the same as that. So again, I haven't got any prepared. Oh, have a look at my kind of a light yellowy, maybe. I've got that's too orange though. That's when I went through my orange phase. When I'm doing my sewing box, I was going through, well, I still am going through my orange phase, and I picked that up recently. But, what colour? I'm not, I haven't got that many, unless they're in another, not that. That's quite nice actually, isn't it? That would kind of stand out a little bit. Or I've got, let's have a look at one of, oh hang on, there's that one there as well. They're about the same actually. They're perlé ones, I don't really want to go for perlé. Right, let's have a look at those and see. I'm sure this one of these will be fine. That one's paler. I think that one, the paler one. Pop those there. It's quite enough on this, so I'm sure I'll be fine. And I don't know if you're thinking the same thing I'm thinking. I'm thinking, where on earth do I start with this? Where do I start? Start with threading the needle first, I should think. And go on from there. Just dive in. Just go for it. So I am going to start, I'm going to start here because I've already put this rickrack under. So if I secure this one, then I can take that pin out for a start. And get that out of the way. Again, it's just a whip stitch. At the moment, all I'm catching is the rickrack. I'm not catching the fabric because the rickrack sticks out a lot further. That one's got the fabric. It's quite tough to get through. Oh, I know. I have just filmed another video. I knew I'd got another project, kind of not on the go. I've finished it now. It's one of the swaps for the Arty Farty Annie group. I've just finished that one. It's just ready. It's on the side, ready to post off to my swap partner. And as soon as she receives it, then I'll be able to show you what I've done. But I can't do that until she's seen it. It's a surprise. So when I go out tomorrow, I will post it, take it to the post office, get it posted. It's only a UK one, so it's not going to take very long. Although my last one was with Christy from Sobits, her YouTube channel, and it didn't take, it took hers, she posted hers a day after me, because we swapped, and I posted mine the day before. But I got hers the day before, or two or 3 days before she got mine. So it takes longer to get from the UK to Australia than it does to get from Australia to the UK for some reason. But this is just a UK delivery, so hopefully it'll be there in a couple of days. And I'll be able to show you what I've done. The theme is window. And I don't want to say too much. I'm not going to say too much, but I have literally made a window. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say anything else because it's a surprise. And I don't know whether she watches or not. The lady who I'm swapping with, Helen. So I don't want to say anything else. Right, so again, I might pop off and do this, because all it is a whip stitch all the way around, and then when I get to the so I'm just going to do what I did there, just sew over it, and then tuck all these under. I might trim them down a little bit because that's a little bit long, so I will do all those underneath, get them tied down, and then come back and show you the next bit. Yeah, I will pop off, get that done, and I'll be back shortly. Right, so I have now just finished off the lattice. What I've done is I've tucked all the edges under. I've whip stitched all the way around, and what I've also done is I've woven it, so that one goes under, that one goes over, under, over, and so I've just done that with that. I'm just finishing this off now, and I'm just doing a running stitch all the way along the rickrack just to give it a little bit of texture, and also to hold it down. So that's that. I'll just finish this off. I have just showed my daughter and just said, what do you think this is? And she said, it's a pie. I says, what kind of pie? She goes, apple pie. So it does, I'm assured it looks like an apple pie. So there's on these ones here, I just tucked all of them under. I've snipped all the others off, but with this one I haven't done it yet, so I'm just going to carefully snip that one off. A bit tricky because I don't want to cut the fabric underneath or cut the rickrack. Let me stick a little bit closer. A little bit more. Oh dear. Right, hopefully be okay. Now I have just got the crust to put on, which is this little bit of lace here, and that's going to kind of wrap round, and hopefully that will then make it look even more pie-like, hopefully. Yes, so anyway, let me just, I think that's the right way around that way. Let's make sure I've got enough. I'm going to start at this edge here. And with the same thread, it's just this like pale gold coloured thread. I'm just going to whip stitch it on. Starting to think that's the wrong way round. It is. It's the wrong way round. Just going to take that off and just start that again. Right, start again. Right, so that's the wrong way round. That's the right way round. Yeah. Okay, let's try again. Where the rickrack crosses, it kind of, it's quite thick. It's tough to get through. I've not done it again, have I? No. I've not. Where I've also just been sewing the where I did the plate, it hasn't quite met up to it, so I might just put another couple of stitches in there just so that it looks like it's going like the rim of the plate. Right, this is where I'm just going to go around a little bit to put a curve on it. Just kind of manipulate the lace round. Get one more stitch in. There. The lace is kind of fraying a little bit, but I'm going to see what it looks like. I may trim it, I may leave it, I'm not sure. I'm just going to put a few stitches up this side. And then go over the top. down this side, make sure it stays on. Try and stop the fraying. I suppose I could have made it a bit bigger and tucked it under, but I think it's going to be okay. Let's just tie that off. Right. Okay, so that's the pie. Let's just get those couple of stitches in with the blue. Let me just find my blue thread and I'll just... Okay, it's just here. So just those little, ouch, this view to join it up. There we go, go to tell now. Okay, so we've got our apple pie, we've got our plate, just need the words now. So what I will do is I've got this out of the way on this piece here. This is just a piece of tracing paper, but you can use baking paper as well. I've done it in pencil first of all, and then I'm just going to go over on the back of it, just in pencil again. Okay, like that. And then when I come to press on it again, it will transfer over. Now, the only thing I'm concerned about is that it's sticking out a little bit. I should probably have pushed it in a little bit more, but I was going to do it like that way anyway, wasn't I? So it's on the ledge of the plate. So my as is going there. Okay, as, and sweet is going up here. Okay, sweet. So we want another as. I'm just making sure this is going to fit. Yeah. Apple pie. There, as sweet as apple pie. And I said I was going to do it in lilac, didn't I? I'm just going to check the blue again. No, I'm going to do it in lilac. I've lost my needle. There it is. So I'm going to use one strand, but I'm going to double it over, so it's 2 strands. And I'm going to use a back stitch. And this is an anchor. This is it's 661. And the blue was anchor 562. So just starting, just going to work my way all the way around in just a back stitch. I think because I've used the lilac, it just picks up the lilac from the plate. Trying to stay on the pencil lines just so that they don't show through. I think again what I might do is I might just pop off camera and finish this off. So all I'm doing is a back stitch. And then show you the words finished. Okay, I will be back soon. Right, so I have just about finished off the letters now. I've just got this, just finishing off the E here. And that is probably about it. So I'll just finish this off, and I can just see some bits from my backing fabric that are showing through, so I'm just going to cut that down as well, I think. Okay, so that's that. That's finished. Okay, so right, that's all done. I've just got a few straight ends here. Just cut those off. I'm just going to trim this just so that the calico underneath doesn't show through. if you're stitching along or you're doing something similar, then you could always use yours to, if you didn't want to do a stitch journal, you could always use it for, frame it, give it as a present. You could put it onto a greetings card. I think it's probably going to need an iron, a bit of it pressed down. And you could also, I mean, the other thing that I did think of was to make a quilt with them, or some kind of large picture, which would be good as well. But as I say, mine are going into my stitch journal. If at any time that I decided that I didn't want to have them in here, I can always take them out. They're only lightly glued in with a glue stick. So my next one tied up. So that was my last one that I think I did, which is a shame because it's a butterfly, so it could have been my B, my letter B. It's about the same size actually, yeah. They're all pretty much the same size, so that one will go on there anyway. And that's the start of my A. That's my A. And then I will think of something else for a B. So yeah, that's it. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed watching me make my apple pie. And I'm really pleased with how it's turned out actually. It was how I wanted it to turn out. So not too dissimilar from my drawing, which was here. So it changed shape a little bit, but that was the plan anyway, to do it like that. So yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you'll come and see what else I'm doing. So thank you so much. Okay, bye bye, take care, bye bye.